What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Chuds BBQ. My name is Bradley Robinson, and today I'm going to show you how I made this. Beautiful, delicious, smoky, crispy, porky, amazing, fried and smoked and fried pork belly chicharrones. Coming up. This is some meat. Pat it dry. And what I've got here is a pork belly, a skin-on pork belly. Picked this up at Costco. And I gotta say, very convenient that Costco now carries skin-on pork belly because in the past they've been slightly annoying to find. But this one's looking good, nice and meaty, good amount of fat, and of course that skin on top. And skin-on belly is exactly what we need because today we're gonna be knocking out some chicharrones, aka crispy skin tender pork belly snacks. And if you hop on Wikipedia, there's a list of at least 20 different countries that have some variation of this dish. I mean, hell, even here in the US, you got pork rinds. Pop over to the Carolinas, you got crispy skin belly or whole hog barbecue. Over in Louisiana, you're gonna find pork cracklins. The list goes on. But the one you've probably seen floating around the internet over the last few years is the Spanish or Mexican style, where it's a nice long strip of pork belly that looks nice and tender and crispy and deep fried, typically served with guacamole. And that sounds pretty tasty to me. But taking a look at this belly, it is looking very nice, pretty cleaned up already. Although on this side, we do have a few extra muscles that I'll probably zip off because those are probably gonna fall off or burn up during the cook. So I'll just go ahead and clean that up a little bit. But really, not all that much needs to be done. Pretty good looking pork belly. And today we're gonna be trying two different methods for this. One, a little bit more traditional, where oftentimes pork belly is cut into strips like this, and then boiled with some aromatics until nice and tender, and fried to crispy perfection. So about an inch wide strip ought to be good. Nice sharp knife helps getting through that skin. And we'll do one more. But to be honest with you, I'm not a big fan of boiling meat. So we're also gonna grab a nice big slab, probably off of this side, about that big. And this one, we're gonna smoke. But look at that belly. Oh, so beautiful looking. So the game plan is we're gonna set these aside for later. These are the ones we're gonna boil down. This guy we'll probably save for the next time I want some crispy skin barbecue. Nice center cut piece, very nice. And then for this last piece over here, we're gonna throw this on the old offset smoker to build up some good smoky flavor, and then toss it into the deep fryer and hope for the best. But before we throw this on the smoker, I'm gonna go ahead and season the backside just a little bit with some kosher salt. Typically at this point I'd go down with some rub, but I don't want any sugars or other ingredients to burn up in the deep fryer. So we're gonna keep it real simple with just some salt on the backside today. Just a nice healthy coating. We are gonna salt the skin, but not all that salt is gonna penetrate deep into this meat. Most of it's gonna come off, so getting a little salt on the backside and the other sides is gonna make sure everything is nice and flavorful. And just like that, that's looking pretty good to me. So let's go ahead and fire up the pit. There's a chicharrone in my boot. And on the pit we go. Got the old offset smoker here fired up with some post oak wood, and now we're gonna put this pork belly right about now. And like I do in most crispy skin pork belly applications on the old barbecue pit, we're gonna cover this thing in salt. And again, this is not for seasoning. It's mostly just to protect the skin from getting too dark and gummy and going rubbery on us. And all the salt is also gonna help dry out some moisture from the skin, which should help in the crispification process down the road. I'm using table salt because it's got a pretty fine grind, so you get really good coverage that way. But kosher salt works as well, if that's all you got. So just a nice healthy coating all the way over. And before you go yelling at me that this is a lot of salt, 99% of this will be coming off. Beautiful. So now I'm gonna go ahead and shut this down. The pit is still coming up in temp, so it should temper this meat nicely while getting a lot of really good smoke flavor on there. So we're gonna let this smoke for probably a good 2-3 hours, maybe more, depending on how it's looking. So we'll check back in on this in a few hours. And while that pork belly smokes away, let's go ahead and get our second version started. Starting by going in with some water. 1 onion, some crushed garlic, 1 jalapeno, a couple of bay leaves, some black peppercorns, and a nice big fat pinch of kosher salt. And you can flavor this liquid however you like. You could throw some cinnamon sticks or cloves in there if you like. Some cumin seeds would be great, but we're gonna keep it pretty basic today. And give that a quick little mix. And then in with our pork belly. Beautiful. And once up to a simmer, we're gonna boil this down for probably about 30 minutes. And as it cooks, a lot of scum and impurities are gonna start coming out of the pork. So we're gonna go ahead and start skimming all of that right off the top. And let this cook away for, like I said, about 30 minutes. That's gonna really help soften the skin, which should help it puff up once in the deep fryer, while giving us a jump start on the cooking process. And after boiling away here for 30 minutes, out these come. How you doing? And I'm gonna put these on a wire rack so they can drain off any extra liquid, but the skin is looking nice and gelatinous and nice and soft. And if you ever made chicharrones before, before, or pork rinds, I should say, in this case, where it's just the skin. It's kind of the same process. You boil it down, dehydrate them, and fry them. I should probably do a pork rind video. Surprised I haven't done that yet. Coming up! But for now, out these come, and I'm going to make sure to pat these nice and dry. As for this liquid, you can strain that out, and you essentially got a really quickly made pork stock or pork broth. Good layer of fat on top. I'll probably strain that out and use it for something else. And I did think about simmering these down in pork stock or something a little bit more flavorful than just water, but I was a little concerned that the gelatin content of a stock might stick to the pork and burn up in the deep fryer, so just boil it away in some water and aromatics. Should work out. But I'm going to let these cool down and pat them dry. And now that these have been blanched and dried off, we got to go ahead and drop them into some hot oil. And typically it's done in a really big pot, but I happen to have a deep fryer right over there, so I'm going to go drop them in that. We're doing a 2-stage fry on this, so I got this oil right around 250 degrees. We're just going to drop these in. And the first stage of this cook is mostly about developing some color, getting the pork nice and crispy, and drying out that skin even more, if it all fits. And letting everything start to get nice and tender, because although they are reading like 200 degrees internal, they're still really tough. So this is kind of like a confit. So anywhere between 200 and 250 degrees, we're going to let these sit in here for probably the next 30, 45 minutes, maybe an hour, until they get some really good color and everything's starting to feel nice and tender. And after about an hour in the oil, these are looking very nice. Got some great color on there, looking nice and crispy and feeling pretty crunchy, but not fully puffed. So we're gonna pull these out and rest them on a wire rack, and then later we'll drop them down one more time when the oil's a lot hotter to hopefully get some really nice puffage. So now I'm just gonna pull these out and let them cool down a little bit. And checking back in on our smoked pork belly, we're about 5, maybe 5.5 hours deep, and it is looking pretty good. You can see it's shrunken up underneath this salt crust, which we can now remove, hopefully in one big sheet. Yeah. Skin is looking nice, feeling nice and dry, not too dark or gummy or anything like that. And this is clocking in right around 190 degrees, which I think is a good place to pull this, because we clearly got some good smoke on there, some good color, and it's rendered down a little bit, but it's not going to be so shreddy that it falls apart in the deep fryer. So now I'm going to pull this off and chill this down a little bit so we can get some nice clean slices out of it. So probably going to let this rest on the counter for a little bit and then pop it in the freezer for like 10-15 minutes so it doesn't shred when we try and slice it apart. And while that pork belly cools down, let's go ahead and knock out a quick guacamole. Yep, that's parsley. Damn it! Bitty. And for our super basic guacamole, I've got 3 avocados in a bowl here, to which I'm going to add some diced up white onion, some Roma tomatoes, jalapeno, cilantro, some freshly grated garlic, a nice big fat pinch of salt, some freshly cracked black pepper, as well as some lime juice. And get that all mashed up. Be sure to taste and adjust for acidity and salinity and all the crunchy factor you want from the onions and the tomatoes and whatnot. And when it's tasting good to you, our guacamole is done. And now that our smoked pork belly has carried over and rested down a bit, let's go ahead and slice it up into some strips. Looking good. Hopefully everything goes according to plan. Definitely got some good smoke flavor and color on there. But let's go ahead and get a couple of slices, shall we? Looking pretty good to me. Beautiful. Now what we gotta do is drop them in the fryer. Got the deep fryer fired back up to around 375 degrees, so simply enough, in we go with some of these smoked off pork belly pieces. And we're just gonna hope for the best as far as crispy skin goes. So it's been about 20 minutes or so in the old deep fryer here. We're not getting that puffy skin that I was really hoping for, but definitely looking a little bit crispier. We've got some great color on that pork belly. Looks like a big old strip of bacon. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull these out. Oh my goodness, that looks so good. Starting to get a little bit of puffiness on that end, but I don't think I can take these much further. So, out these come, we're gonna let them drain and rest. And while the fryer is still ripping hot, we'll go in with these other guys that we boiled off and partially fried earlier. Same deal, just gonna cook them until that skin puffs up and gets nice and crispy, but we'll check back in, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. And after about 10 minutes or so, these are looking very nice. Got some great puffage on there. Not looking too dark or anything like that. Got that nice golden brown color to them. So now, out these come, and I'm gonna hit them with a little bit of salt while they're still hot. I will say, folks, this is a pretty magnificent looking pile of some crispy pork belly. Look at all the blisters on the fried ones. And then, of course, you got these smoky guys over here. But I think it's time to see how these came out. And, of course, we got the guacamole in the middle to dip. I'm ready. Where to start? Look at that. Tell me you don't want to take a big bite out of that. I mean, come on, folks. I'm going to go for one of these deep fried guys first. That's so crunchy. I mean, it's deep fried, crispy skin pork belly. What's not to like here, folks? Very easy to bite through, not too hard. That was something I was a little concerned about. Also something I'm still concerned about with these. We'll try that one in a minute. Having the extra meat and fat on there is nice because the fat kind of crisps up as well, giving it a little more substance. The meat is a little bit on the dry side though, which is probably why it's often paired with guacamole. Yep. That's what it needs. The guac just adds such a nice creaminess and a lot more flavor because we didn't really put much flavor into these, you know? It went into that brine, or that simmering water, I should say, but it really didn't pick up a lot of flavor from that. So having some acidity from the lime juice, creaminess from the avocado, a little bit of kick from the jalapeno, all comes together for a lovely bite. And look at that. Come on, tell me you don't want to take a bite of that right now. Not the winner. But let's go ahead and see how this smoked version came out. So lightweight. Gotta love that. Okay, that's really good. Right off the bat, that smoke flavor definitely comes through. Survived the deep fryer. And it just tastes like a big ass piece of bacon, you know what I mean? It's smoky, it's rendered, it's crispy. I gotta go for another one. That one's better, 100%. Also, this one is properly seasoned because we seasoned the meat and then I put a little extra on when it came out. Probably didn't need that little extra on there. The salt on the bottom of the belly, plus we salted the skin, gives it all it needs, but that's real good. Bite through, yet super crispy skin. That is really good. And I know I was talking highly of this one because the skin just looks so much more visually appealing, but the meat is so much drier. With this one, we still got some moisture in there. The skin is bite through, yet crispy and crunchy, not hard, not chewy or anything like that. It's smoky, it's properly seasoned. That's a winner, folks. So much better with the guac. I'm just gonna take these ones out of here because I'm gonna stick with the smoked ones. Because what's not to like about that, folks? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Little guac dip. Another super pleasant part about these smoked and fried ones is that they were on the smoker for a good 6 hours, cooked up to like 190, so we rendered a lot of fat out of these. And then we hammered them pretty hard in the old deep fryer, which is why I was kind of commenting on how light they are. But also on the palate, they're pretty light because we cooked so much fat out and all the fat that is there is crispy and rendered. So it's really not as heavy as eating the equivalent amount of pork belly in like, you know, smoked pork belly form. Pretty cool. So this video is not nearly as diarrhea inducing as you may think. That was good. Well, before I go ahead and eat an embarrassing amount of this off camera, I think it's time for the official taste test. Ooh. Alright, y'all, and that is it. That is how to make some absolutely fantastic smoked and fried chicharrones. I highly recommend giving this one a try, and I know I've got plenty of crispy skin pork recipes on this channel, but the crazy thing is they'll eat completely differently. You know, some are fattier, some are more juicy, where this one's a little more airy and crunchy. It makes for a great snack, or you could also chop these up, throw them in a taco, throw them in your eggs, or pass them out as a little pasta for a little crunchy bite of pork. The choices are endless, and definitely something I'm going to keep playing around with, because who doesn't love a bite of some crispy skin pork belly? But all that being said, if you enjoyed this video, let me know by hitting that subscribe button. Let YouTube know by dropping a like on this video. If you give this recipe a try for yourself, be sure to tag me on Instagram at Chuds BBQ. I'd love to see what y'all are cooking. Big shout out to all the Team Chud members. Thank you for supporting this channel and allowing me to keep making all of these videos. And until the next time I see you, please go cook something outside. Peace!